Hey, it's Amber. Today I wanted the tag that's been going around, my Perfect Imperfections, and I've seen tons of videos on this. I saw the original Andrea's Choice video and a lot of other gurus that have done it, and it's been really fun to watch and see kind of those things that you never think people are going to think are their flaws, but it's been a kind of a fun tag, and I think it's good to know that other people have things that they worry about. And when I was younger, I used to be super insecure when I was in high school or when I was teenager. You go around thinking, oh my gosh, people are noticing these things and they're so worried. But then I came to realize that most people are worrying about their own flaws, that they don't really have time to see yours. And I think there are those people that like try to look at things and say, oh my gosh, she's this, or oh my gosh, she's that. But for the majority of times, normal people aren't looking for things that are wrong with you. I think, you know, if they're a good person, I mean, there's always going to be traits people notice, but if they're like picking them out and making fun of you for it, then that's kind of a reflection on them that they're trying to make themselves feel better by picking out something that's wrong with you. But for the majority, most people aren't really paying attention to what other people are doing. Anyway, so I wanted to start out with my 3 flaws or things that bother me. Like I said, I used to be a lot more insecure, but now I'm kind of, I mean, I'm 25, I'm a mom, I'm married, I'm not really worried as much what people think about me, so these may be things that I don't like, but I'm not worrying over or obsessing about them every single day. So the first thing that is, I guess, a flaw of mine is I don't particularly like my skin. And I'm going to be pretty broad with this. I have really uneven skin tone in my face. So if you've ever seen some of my makeup videos where I'm like going from no makeup to the full tutorial, I have very pink skin through here. I have pretty large pores. And I do get a little bit of acne. I don't get a ton, but I mean I have a little bit of right there, and I get mostly breakouts right through here. But for the main part, I know it could be a lot worse as far as acne goes. And I do get a little bit of like the KP on my arms. I don't get it as much in the summer because I think the dry weather brings it out. And now that it's getting cold and we're turning on our heaters, it's starting to come back, which I've just been noticing in some of my videos. I'm like, ah, great. So I have a really good lotion that I use for that, though. It's Menogenesis Cocoon, which works really good for that. Anyway, so I've just been starting to use that, and it makes it better. And I mean, that's kind of why I got into wearing makeup, is because I didn't like how my skin looked. And so I started younger than I think most girls do. Well, back then. Now girls start a lot younger because I didn't like how my skin looked without makeup. My second thing I say is I had braces for 2 years, and although my smile is a decent smile, I don't particularly like my gum line, which I know sounds really weird, but my jaw is a little bit off from my face, and when I got my braces off, I commented on it like, oh, my teeth don't look straight, and the dentist or orthodontist was like, well, pretty much all we can do is break your jaw because your teeth are set straight on your jaw, even though your jaw's a little off. So my jaw's a little off, which makes my gum line uneven, so it kind of bugs me, but not a lot you can do about it. So you can just see like right here, the gum goes down a little farther than on this side. I mean, it's not a big noticeable thing, but when I'm smiling really big, you can tell. But like I said, I mean, it's just the way it is. At least my teeth are straight and they look nicer than a lot of people, and I'm thankful that I was able to have braces because a lot of people can't afford to have braces, so at least I was able to have that. The third thing I say is I don't particularly care for my nose. I used to be super insecure about it, but I really don't care anymore. Like, I'm not worried if people are looking at it or saying anything because, I mean, it is what it is. It's from my family. I look a lot like my dad. I have a lot of that in there. And probably most of you don't know that my dad passed away 2 years ago. And so my dad is really special to me now. So looking in the mirror and seeing that I have those traits from him, although it might not be like what the world considers to be beautiful, I don't mind as much just because it reminds me of my dad. So, I mean, I have a longer nose and I have a bump, so it's not like the really cool thing to have, I guess, but you can see kind of on my bridge there. And so, I mean, I know people might think, oh my gosh, but like I said, it may be a flaw, but it doesn't really bother me that much. So those are all kind of my flaws. There probably was a time in my life that I couldn't think of anything as I'd consider perfection, and I still wouldn't say anything about me as perfection. But there are 3 things that I think are pretty good about me. My first thing is my hair. I've always been a hair girl. I'm a hairdresser. So I like my hair, I like the color, I like that I'm blonde, I like that it's pretty fine hair, I'll say that a lot, but I don't mean that in a bad way because my hair dries easily, it dries straight, and like I can curl my hair like this in like 15 minutes. I don't have to spend hours a day flat ironing my hair. I mean, it's just nice hair. I really like it. Let's see. Although I have kind of small eyes, I would say that's probably like one of my better features. So I would say my eyes is another one. And let's see what else. And I'd probably say my height, which sounds odd. I'm 5'10", which is like super tall. But when I was younger, I didn't like it as much, especially in junior high, because I got super tall young, and I was 5'8", and you know, when all the guys are like 5'3", that doesn't work so well, but but what I learned to be is confident and walk tall, because I think if you're a taller person and you're always kind of walking around like this, you think it's kind of trying to hide your tallness, I guess, but really it just makes you look more self-conscious. And like I said, I used to be that way, but as I grew and got more into like my senior year of high school, I just realized, you know, like I am who I am, I like who I am, I'm not bothered by things that people might think about me. So I actually like my tallness, and I'll tell you why. One, because, you know, I don't mind being tall, like just the physical part of it. Like, I can do a lot of things. I like to play sports, and I like that sort of it. But the second thing about it is that it hides weight really, really well. Like when I was pregnant with my son, like when I was standing, people were looking at me from behind. They couldn't really tell I was pregnant. I still had a waist because I had a really long torso. I had a lot of room to carry a baby. And same thing, like if I gain 5 or 10 pounds, like nobody can even tell. Like I'm not embarrassed by my size. I'm not like the super skinny model by any means. I'm not super thin. But because I am taller, people see me as skinny, you know. I don't think of myself as like a super skinny person. I think I'm just average. But because I'm so tall and it spreads it out evenly, that when people see me, they don't view me as overweight or even average most of the time. So that's one nice thing. So those I would say are my perfections, I guess you would say, imperfections. And I hope you enjoyed this tag. Bye!